world's fastest Hayabusa right here. Alright guys, so I'm building the world's most cursed Suzuki Hayabusa, swapping a lawnmower engine in. My guess is it's going to go like 70, and this thing is going to be fuel efficient. With this huge of a gas tank, dude, we're probably going to get like 600 miles of range. I'm sure the Kawasaki boys will be happy to see this one. So yeah guys, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and bust out the chop saw, the tubing notcher. We're going to make a subframe and then bolt the engine to it. Should literally take a day. This is the easiest swap I think I'll ever do. Alright guys, so I got the Predator engine mocked up and it actually turned out surprisingly close. Luckily, we'd be able to adjust the wheel for chain tension, so we could just literally weld this thing solid. But what I'm working on now is I need to make some risers to lift the engine up, get the sprocket to be better aligned. I think I'm basically just good to weld everything in permanently. We don't have much room for the carburetor right there, so hopefully we can pull something off. Since this engine has no gearbox, it's just 1-to-1, I'll need to run a bigger sprocket. So I got a pretty big sprocket here, and we're gonna go ahead and install this. This should help with the bottom end a little bit. So I got the exhaust done and my camera died, so it didn't record any of it, but you basically have it going from 1 inch all the way to 1 3/4 inch. It's basically gonna shoot out the side, and it's gonna be like a sidewinder exhaust, if any of you know what that is. We gotta hook up the coil and the carburetor, and then we could probably get this thing running. Alright guys, so here's the gas tank, and there used to be a fuel pump here, but made this little block off plate for the gravity feed. And I believe it goes on like that. Guys, so just doing some finishing touches on the Slowest.
Here, flip it and I'll plug it in.
It's like a water cooler. Gotta do this quick. So Evolution Power Tools sent me their premium chop saw, and I actually have been using this thing for a few weeks. I've put some miles on it, and guys, if you're into fabrication, this is a serious game changer. So big shout out to Evolution Power Tools. Let me show you guys how fast and clean this thing cuts. So as you can see, very little burrs, and you can actually touch it. It doesn't get hot, which is the nice thing about this saw. And here's a traditional chop saw. And this is the traditional chop saw. So the difference between these two chop saws is actually amazing. So I have this linked in the first link in the description, so if you're interested, you should definitely check it out.
Whoa!
Well guys, I wanted to brag about how reliable this thing was, but I have a feeling it's gonna go through belts, so we have spare belts right here because, you know, after riding it, this thing is geared pretty tall. But we're about to go on a cruise right now, and I did register and insure this bike, and I was not able to get any insurance discounts. They could not offer me any discounts, so just had to pay, I think it was like $50. But yeah.
You're paying for a 1300 cc, man. That ain't right.
So yeah guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and strap up and get these bikes on the road. A lot of people joke and say that the Suzuki Hayabusa is a great beginner's bike, but what I've built is truly a great beginner's bike. I mean, your mom, your dad, your sister, your girlfriend could ride this thing. It's super easy. And as you can see, for the first 5 minutes, it did really well, and then it just started smoking.
You blew a belt. Belt was hanging on for dear life, bro.
Who was that? Yeah.
Yo, it's the world's fastest Hayabusa right here. Really? Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, dude, this thing's crazy. Yeah, we're making a YouTube video just for like and giggles, you know?
I might actually need a ride back home.
Really?
Yeah, my nut fell off for the torque converter.
Damn.
That's why the belt blew, I think. Yeah, straight.
Alright, so we successfully solved the issue. Dude, that guy was hecka chill for taking you to your house.
Oh yeah. Much better. Dang, that's pretty impressive. 56. I keep thinking it's a manual, and I'm not used to there not being a clutch. It's so weird. And then there's like no gear shifter, dude. It's super weird. I go try to hit the gear shifter and it's not there. Nah, boss, my bike's too wide.
Alright, so Vasily, how was the first ride on the Hayabusa?
Dude, so two things I need to do to this thing. I need to put a muffler on it because I can't even think. And I need to get a bigger sprocket for the rear. I think it would actually help the top speed, despite being bigger.
In all honesty, though, like in my opinion, it did better than I expected. What about you?
Same here.
Like,
Dude,
I thought it would be way
surprised.
worse, bro. Like, literally, sometimes, like, I would have to, like, all right, I gotta drop a gear to catch up to Vasily, because Vasily was flying through those curves.
Oh yeah, and one thing I forgot to mention is I am kind of cheating a little bit. This is a built and modified Predator 212. It does have a 265 cam and a billet rod, but that's about it. So I'd say
Even
it's
then,
about
bro,
11
even then,
horsepower.
it's still, like,
Yeah.
nothing compared to the original motor, so it still did very good. This thing is nice and all, but Vasily, with this Yamaha, bro, you created a complete monster, bro.
I mean, we're talking 55 horsepower on this 1970s chassis. It's a handful.
But what was your top speed run?
It was 56.
56,
Yeah.
bro. That's
And-
impressive.
and
For the
dude-
first run, without, like, working out any kinks,
Dude, it has more in it. I think we can do 70.
I feel like it does, bro.
I don't
Honestly,
know, guys.
I
Should
feel
we
like it
make
does.
a part 2 and go 70?
100%,
Let me
bro.
know in the comments. Where we went, dude, people would just look at this thing.
Yeah, because they're looking at this bike, they're thinking, holy crap, it's a Hayabusa. And then you look and you see that.
This thing handles like a 600. We shaved like 100 pounds off this bike. So after hopping back on a real bike, the Hayabusa basically feels like an oversized Grom. Don't get me wrong, both bikes are basically equally as fun, and the plus side is that the Hayabusa isn't actively trying to kill you. So guys, I want to give a big shout out to my friend Motorhead for helping me record this stuff. But as always, guys, if you want to see a part 2, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay tuned, and peace.